Hi, today I'm gonna talk about the impact of bubonic plague on human beings. Recently, we have all been experiencing COVID-19, which is coronavirus disease 2019, and it's highly contagious, spreading mainly through droplets and contacts. It's not the first time for human experiencing plague, and in the history of human development, there have been many different kinds of plagues which human beings could not overcome but survived. Each time after pandemics, human civilization will be further development, so the plague can bring some positive contributions, but human beings also pay a painful price. The first major and global outbreak of the plague is bubonic plague. According to Wikipedia, bubonic plague is one of three types of plague caused by bacterium Yersinia pestis. 1 to 7 days after exposure to the bacteria, flu-like symptoms develop. The symptoms include fever, headaches, and vomiting. Even though it is caused by Yersinia pestis, it's not affected from rats but the flea on rats. Also, anyone could be infected with the plague, regardless gender, race, age, or social status. In history, the pandemic resulted in the death of an estimated 25 million to 50 million people. The worst affected country is Italy, where nearly half the people have died, and the Icelanders almost all died. So today's Icelanders are not in the same league as they were before. People at that time did not know what caused the pandemic, and they just let outsiders be quarantined for 40 days, which didn't work. People who were infected and cured wouldn't have antibodies and would not be infected again. We all know that plagues are always with wars, and people of other races and regions invade, perhaps with the virus themselves. But there is no immunity between people of different regions, so it's very easy to cause an outbreak of plague in a region. After the bubonic plague, great changes have taken place throughout Europe, beginning with uh, changes in religious belief. When Europe was predominantly Catholic, a large number of priests died, and no one could read Latin. Then people could recite the scripture in other languages. Second, there are fewer famines. Instead of studying food and clothing, people had more energy to study new things, which led to the explosion of Renaissance. According to Dan Brown, the author of the Da Vinci Code, every time there was a plague in Italy, there was a rapid development. So he thought that the plague had a certain contribution to human society. The bacterium Yersinia pestis was found in 1894 by Alexander, which is the Swiss and French physician and bacteriologist, and Baron, a Japanese physician and bacteriologist. Then, after around 40 years, a serum was developed to fight the plague, but it was not completely cured, and there are still outbreaks of bubonic plagues around the world. The fact that humans have survived even the most severe of plagues is proof that we are progressing and will continue to fight against plagues.